Welcome to the Practicum part of your QMAP course. This part of the course is, again, where you're going to do your practicum, or also known as like a return demonstration, or just where you're going to show the skills that you are going to be using as a QMAP out there. So since this is an online class, it's a little bit more unique, but that's where I'm going to go ahead and explain what's expected in this part of the course, some tips and tricks and tools that you can use to be successful, and some different options that you have for completing this part of the course. So the first thing that I want to go over is the option to purchase separately outside of what you've already done for the course, and to receive what I've put together is a practicum kit. And so this has tools in it and some different props that you can use for your options to submit your practicum. The four options to submit your practicum is, one, to record yourself doing that, which I'm going to record one as a demonstration, and it is an example that you can use, but you would record yourself potentially using this kit, or if you have accessibility at your job or wherever, if you just want to make believe and not use the tools in the kit, that's okay too. You don't have to purchase this. It's not required, but it does make it really easy when you see what all is in here. Your second option is to complete that part of your practicum with an approved proctor. And an approved proctor is an LPN, an RN, a nurse practitioner, or a physician's assistant, or an MD. And there is a form that's going to be in the course briefcase that includes signing off on that, along with the checklist of everything that they have to make sure that they're acknowledging that you complete there. So again, that's going to be found in the briefcase. It'll be explained a little bit more and accessible in the tab, but just to let you know, so with that proctor, what they would do is they would observe you doing the return demonstration. Again, you can use a kit, you don't have to use a kit, but again, that they would sign off on that, and then they would need to submit that on your behalf, and along with that, a copy of their photo ID. The form will have their license number and everything on there, so they're legit signed up as an approved proctor. The other part with that is that whenever you're doing that with somebody else and they're submitting that email for you, to complete that part of the assignment in EdApp, you need to go into the text box, and you need to type the date that it was completed and the name of the proctor that you completed it with. So if you completed it at your home in Littleton, Colorado, that's great. You would say completed at my home with blah, 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 Sally Joe RN. And you would put that in the text box, and that's what you would submit to complete that part of the assignment in EdApp. And then what I will do is I will get that email from them. I will process everything as that part of your assignment, and you'll be completed as that part in your course. So then for the third option to submit your practicum is if you are doing the course somewhat in person. Maybe your facility that you work with or a group that you work with is doing an in-person class, and maybe I'm there or another instructor is there. You would, again, do that all there. Everything would be completed. And again, just in the assignment box in EdApp, you would put the place that you completed it and the date that you completed it. So if you completed it at Happy Joys Assisted Living and it was with a different instructor, or maybe it was with myself, you would put who that was with and what date you did it, right? So just put that in the box, submit it. That completes that part of the assignment for you to get the what you need to complete that for the next step in EdApp to move past that. So it's puts out your certificate of completion for you. And then the fourth and final, which is one that I'm really not recommending to most because it involves scheduling different times and driving schedules and a lot of different things, but it is available if it's easier for you. I can make that happen, and that is to do it live over Zoom. And so that's where we would set up a video capability over Zoom, where again, you would use the kit, maybe not use the kit, but you would do that demonstration to me live over Zoom. And so those are the four choices that you have to submit your practicum. And so again, you can pick any of those four. And again, in that part of EdApp is where you have to just make sure you're completing that box in there to make sure that you're actually putting a submission in for the assignment. If you're doing it and recording yourself, you're going to submit that video in the Ed app assignment. You can just upload the video right there from your phone. It's pretty easy. One tip that I would definitely give you too is if you are recording yourself using your phone, to do that, when you start recording, put your phone on airplane mode. So then if somebody tries to call or text you or something while you're recording, it does not interrupt your recording. And it makes it really easy. And then with that too, one other thing that I want to let you know, so the proctor form, and again, the checklist for the practicum are both going to be available in the briefcase. And that's going to be able to be accessible in the course right there. So if you're using the proctor form, that's there, or the checklist is there. If you're not using the proctor form, don't worry about it. Just use the list. The list is there, and it's really nice because it gives you everything that you need to complete during your demonstration. And so what I'm going to do next is I am going to explain some of the tips and tools that are in the Practicum kit just that I use. And these are things that, again, if you have access to them, maybe in your facility, or be able to do some demonstration with some things in your hands, it makes it a little bit easier and a little bit more realistic. So what I want to do is just go through what is in my kit, and so that way you can potentially, maybe gather those items, or they're just items that you'll know in your mind that maybe you're going to be, make believe demonstrating that you're using. So one of the most important things, and these will be available in the briefcase as well, is a sample MAR, and then a sample narcotic sheet. And these are going to be, again, available as a scanned image that you can print them out and use them for your return demonstration. But they have an example of each type of administration of medication that you need to demonstrate that goes along with the checklist. So they're a great tool. And then just the narcotic sheet. And so when you're going through your demonstration, you can actually use these, and you can, even if you just print these off and you don't get the kit, you can still print these and use them for your return demonstration. And I really highly recommend that, because I want you to actually practice filling them out and showing them in your return demonstration of, this is how I filled it out to give a PRN medication, or this is what I did for that, or this is how I documented that I gave a controlled substance, and showing that you know how to use one of the count sheets, right? So that's a big tool that's in the briefcase or in the Practicum kit. So you'll have this either way, which is really awesome that Ed App has that available, that we can put that out there. So the other thing that you'll get in your kit is a sample blister pack. So they're Skittles, they're not pills, it's all good. It's a little treat for yourself after you're done as well. But you can use this, and it's really nice because you'll see in my demonstration video, you can actually practice popping them out. You can show how you would use the cup, and making sure that you're keeping that sanitary, all of those different things. I'm sure you've seen already in videos and heard me talk about giving tissues when you're using eye drops or different forms of administration. You want to have tissues. A big part of the return demonstration is using gloves. So there's a pair of gloves in there. There's also a medication cup that's graduated with numbers on it, because that's very important. You never want to give medication in one that's not graduated if you're measuring from that. There's an eye drop bottle. There's nothing in it. It is sanitary. It's been closed, so there's been nothing in that. Everybody gets a day pack. So instead of everybody getting a med box, because I couldn't send everybody one of the other samples of like a med reminder box or a day pack is doing a pack of pills. So those are runts. So again, also edible. And you'll see how we use those in the demonstration. Everybody gets a single-use hand sanitizer, so you can demonstrate washing or hand sanitizing your hands in between patients. And then everybody gets a lucky packet of lubricant. And that's so you can verbally talk about that when you're talking about suppositories and those types of administrations of medications. So those are all the things that you're going to get in that kit. And again, that kit's available back on QMAP Cara, Colorado.com. You may have seen that when you were registering. Again, it's not necessary, but but it's definitely useful. It's definitely makes it a little bit more fun to do that return demonstration. And then again, the next video that you'll see will be me actually using those props out of that kit to do a mock demonstration to show you how you would be completing that. So that concludes this part of the training, and so the next will be going into the video.